We're here for round 10 of the Pasky's Cardiac Cup Series, and we have made it down to Florida. And we are here at Homestead, Miami Speedway for the next round of this fantastic series we've seen so far this season. Hope you've enjoyed the break. I know you've missed us very greatly, but we are back here now, live on YouTube and Facebook. And before I continue any further, we are about to get into qualifying in just a second, but before I go into any further, I want to extend a huge thank you to everybody that supported us. We just hit 600 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you for that one. 602 subscribers on YouTube now, actually, as it happened, so very big thank you to everybody involved in getting us up to that number. Our march towards the 1,000 continues, and hopefully it will get bigger and bigger as we go along. But for now, those of you that support us are going to be treated to a nice race here at Homestead with the Cup cars in the dark. I believe the first time we've ever broadcasted under the floodlights here at Homestead, so it's going to be interesting to see. So without further ado, let's go straight down to the track, shall we? Let's go straight into qualifying for tonight's race, as we have lots of racing to go for you guys tonight. So let's get underway, shall we? As we've got a few times in already. Kevin Pasky, which has already put a time in. He's in second place. You see him right there on pit road. Rob Jenkins is in the field. He is up into third place there, as you can see in his number 89 machine. The Jenkins Construction number 89, that is. I've got the qualifying scores for you right now, as Rob Jenkins drops down to fourth, as John Barry moves up to third place. Robert Dudley in fourth. Johnny Antonucci, he's finished his qualifying run. He's in P6 right now. Stephen Parks was meant to be running a different paint scheme. I believe he's going to be doing that for Throwback Week next week. But in the Kirkwood Designs number 3. Right now out on track, we do have one Mr. Kyle Zimmer running a new paint scheme there in the number 25. Looks very nice, actually. Welcome to everybody that's watching. Hope you've enjoyed your week, and I hope you're enjoying the brand new build that is out this week. Came out yesterday. Hope you're enjoying the new touring car, the new damage model, the new tire model on the cars here this time round, and the K&N car is going to be interesting to see how that one turns out at Indianapolis tomorrow in NASCAR when they run their K&N cars. Going to be interested to see how that turns out. But we've got Mark Jenkins on pole position right now. Carl Zimmer just popped up into third place, as we've got James McDavid making his return to the series. He's out on track right now, and he jumps up to fifth place, so good moves for him. Also out on track right now is Michael Trevarthen, as he has just crossed the line there. What's that going to do for him? He's going to jump up to second place here. Going to start his second run here. Very quiet. Not sure why. I can soon change that. See how that works. Anyway, we are about 4.5 minutes left in qualifying. As Michael Trevarthen has finished his run, he only gets second place. Bob Lacavara just popped into P11 right now. Still waiting for times from Hoot Baker and Michael Atkins Jr. We know Michael Atkins Jr. likes to start from the back and work his way forward. So no drama there for the man in the 48. I believe he was a winner last time out, so good for him. That was Bob Lacavara's run finished there. So this past week has been a bit tough for a lot of people in the motorsports world, and we know exactly it's been talked about a lot, so I won't go into too much detail. Our thoughts and prayers from ESPN going out to the friends and family of Antoine Hubert, who lost his life last weekend at Spa-Francorchamps in the Formula 2 race there. So big tributes going out to him all week long. Even the real life Formula 1 drivers done in the racing for Antoine stickers on their cars. I think even this weekend they have them on for the Italian Grand Prix, so good for them there. And that's about it. Right now on the other side of the channel on ESPN, we have the iRacing East Series. They're currently underway at just down the road in Daytona, actually, as they continue their championship there. They're in round 8 right now. You can join Adam in the booth for that one. Make sure you switch on over. We've got more cup action going on right there right now, and I believe they've just had their first caution, or maybe the second caution. Big crash there going through the tri-oval, I believe it was. So big incident there, but very exciting action there. If you want to go over there, take a look, then and show Adam a bit of support, then please do so. But right now we're here for racing action, as we're seeing Judy Jenkins in the chat. Good to see you back in the chat. And Yahoo, back to racing indeed, as I've been waiting for this one. It's been 2 weeks since we were racing, so since the last race, so glad to be back in the booth right now. So I hope everybody's been enjoying their week 13. Like I mentioned, the new build came out yesterday. It was very late. It took about 4 hours for the build to be completed. Probably the longest it's ever taken to complete a build on iRacing. But it's done, and all the new stuff is out. As Michael Ackers Jr. does show up on pit road, and he is going to step out on track to maybe take a bit of a time there. He's got just over a minute left, so he might be able to get one lap in at least. Let's take a look and see what he can do here. He comes through turns 3 and 4. Is he going to get a lap in time? I think he will. So he goes flying into turn 1. He's going to get one lap in. This is a one and done here for Michael Ackers Jr. as he goes through 1 and 2. Attitude down this long backstretch here. And the thing about Homestead, it's pretty much like a rectangle. Two long backstretch, a long front stretch, a long backstretch, and 2 and 4 very tricky corners. As you can see there, Michael Ackers Jr. drifting up the track as he comes down across the line. Let's see what this time is going to give him. And it's going to put him straight to the pole. Wow. One and done there, and he's absolutely done everybody. So Michael Ackers Jr. stealing the pole at the death right there. As he deposes Mark Jenkins down to second place. That's qualifying over and done with. We're going to get gridded up now, as we've only got 14 drivers out there tonight, so shouldn't be too much in the way of cautions here. As what am I doing? There we are. Got everybody lining up right now. There they all are. There's Michael Ackers Jr. There is Mark Jenkins. Kevin Pasky there in P4. We're waiting for P3 to grid up. I believe that's Michael Trevathan. There we are. Trevathan's gridded up. Let's go through the grid while we're here anyway. As starting up on the pole will be Michael Atkins Jr. On the second slot in the front row will be Mark Jenkins. Row 2 will be Michael Trevathan and Kevin Paskwich, and you're going to see them scroll through there as we go through our 14 drivers for tonight's race. And Homestead notoriously tough on tyres. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys fare for tonight's race. As you notice, the inside line making their way out of pit road through the access road here. And pit entry is going to be difficult as well. The only way you can enter pit road at Homestead is through the access road, and that is going to be difficult in itself. And I hope you guys can hear me okay. My microphone has been playing up lately, so hopefully it's working fine here tonight. As we're going to wait for the pace car to make the hard left turn, they're coming through 3 and 4 right now. I'm going to take a swig of my tea while I'm waiting. As they make their way through turn 4, we're going to make sure the pace car gets off track safely. And there he goes, and now Michael Atkins Jr. has control of the field, and we're underway. 133 laps are underway here at Homestead. And everybody just filing into line there as Michael Atkins Jr. going to stay at the bottom, and Michael Trevathan going to move his way up to second place now, followed by, looks like Kyle Zimmer going to make it up there as a bit of bumping and banging already going on between Mark Jenkins and Michael Trevathan. Kevin Pasky's losing a spot there. He's dropped down to P5 now as we've got a bit of battling going on as James McDavid going to slam into the wall there. And that's not going to bring out the caution, unfortunately, unfortunately for James McDavid. But let's take another look and see what happened there. Unfortunately, squeezed Jordan Barry up to the wall there and lost control of the car. Went straight into the wall. Big hit there for the 92. He's going to have to go in and he's already put it behind the wall. So unfortunately, he is out already. He's looking at the battle for the lead now. Michael Trevathan there in second, Mark Jenkins in third. Kyle Zimmer up to fourth. Rob Jenkins in the top 5 now, as well as he's gone around Kevin Paskwich. Paskwich going to just they have very high line there compared to Rob Jenkins. As they come down towards turn 1 once again, we're on lap 4 now. Robert Dudley back there in P7. He's all on his own actually. He's put a bit of a gap on Bob Lacavara, who's fallen back there. He's got Jordan Barry right behind him. Johnny Antonucci's right there, along with Stephen Parks, who's fallen back a bit as well. Ty Harris and Hoot Baker. As we got another first caution here tonight. And that's Rob Jenkins in trouble. Let's take another look and see what's happened here. And he hit the wall, came back upon the track and got into the side of Kevin Paskwich. And that's not the start of the race that either of these drivers wanted to see, as Paskwich got some considerable damage here. After that, let's see from his point of view. Oh, big damage, and he got hit by Robert Dudley. So let's see what happened to Rob Jenkins here. He had a very unorthodox mistake here, coming out of turn 2. And you're going to see it happen into turn 3, it looks like. It hits the wall, lost control of the car, tried to rescue it, but he didn't realise Paskwich was to his outside. And Rob Jenkins bringing out caution number 1 here at Homestead. He's going to bring a pit side now. as everybody apart from Jordan Barry and Johnny Antonucci going to bring it down. Michael Atkins Jr. and everybody else into pit road right now. In pit road there at a very awkward angle. His pit crew are going to have to do wonders to get him out on the track safely, as Michael Atkins Jr. is going to make it out first. Mark Jenkins still stuck on pit road there, but it's going to be Michael Atkins Jr., Michael Trevathan, Kyle Zimmer, Stephen Parks moving his way up. That's Kevin Paskowitz is still there on pit road, I believe. I know he is rolling. He's going to fall to the back of the field because of the, I believe he took it down pit road early. Ty Harris is only just moving. He's got some considerable damage as well. Did he get collected in the incident with... There's not damage there. Not sure what... He's already got the damage there, so something has happened to him. I'm guessing he might have been involved in the incident with James McDavid, but he's back out on track. He's still got the damage on his car, but Jordan Barry going to be a leader here as they come through turns 3 and 4. The lights are off on the pace, or 1 and 2, sorry. Lights are off on the pace car. And we're ready to get them going again already. I'm not even on TeamSpeak. That's fantastic. As they make their way through turns 3 and 4. We are going to head down towards that front straight again. Jordan Barry going to have control of the field once the pace car peels off. And there goes the pace car. And Barry going to hold him down a little bit. But now we get going and almost immediately Michael Atkins Jr. going to be on the back of that number 26. As Barry has much older tyres. And Michael Atkins Jr. not wasting any time. Getting very aggressive there to try and get around the 26, almost turning him. As they come down the backstretch now, Jordan Barry manages to get away as Bob Lacavara looks like he might have a penalty. He's coming down pit road. But Bob Lacavara has a penalty. He's coming down pit road right now as we're coming down across the line. And Michael Atkins Jr. finally has the inside line there. He's going to bring Michael Trevathan with him. As Kyle Zimmer is right there. Johnny Antonucci's already fallen back to P5. Kevin Paskowitz trying to work to the inside as well, as he's got Stephen Parks who is outside. Mark Jenkins is right there. As is Robert Dudley, Hoot Baker back there as well. We're going to come back to the battle for the lead here. As Michael Trevathan has already dispatched Jordan Barry as well. Kyle Zimmer going to put the move on the 26 as well now. He's on fresher tyres. The older tyres not the way to go here if you want a bonus point. I'm guessing Jordan Barry must have been hoping for a quick caution, but that has not happened here. They make their way through turns 3 and 4 once again. Atkins Jr. leader. Trevathan in second, Zimmer in third. Jordan Barry still holding on to fourth with those older tyres. Mark Jenkins now up to P5 with Stephen Parks in P6. Robert Dudley in P7. Kevin Paskowitz has fallen back a bit. Is now in P9. Here comes Rob Jenkins as well. He's right there holding on to that last spot in the top 10. Just ahead of Tyrone Harris and Hoot Baker. Bob Lacavara is now 1 lap down after taking that penalty. I believe it must have been a stop and go because he was in and out pretty quickly. Kyle Zimmer now trying to look to the inside of Michael Trevathan here as they come down the backstretch once again into turns 3 and 4. Not going to make it work so far. Jordan Barry now has Mark Jenkins all over his rear spoiler. Looks like everybody's starting to get a bit spread out now. Side-by-side action between Robert Dudley and Stephen Parks. Parks got the nose out in front though. Dudley having to back off and stay behind him. Still right there is Robert Dudley right behind Stephen Parks. Michael Atkins Jr. still under pressure from Michael Trevathan and Kyle Zimmer for that top spot. Is Trevathan going to make the move? It's very unusual to see him up front this early in the race, or both of them actually, as Michael Trevathan usually drops back and conserves his tyres. Likes to do the old tyre strategy run himself, the man in the 31, sorry. 21 is no longer here. Kyle Zimmer there just currently in third place. We've got side-by-side action now as Mark Jenkins man has started in second as Sparks coming off the side of Jordan Barry's car. That means he's brushed the wall in turn 3. And he's still holding pretty on that high side there against Mark Jenkins, and he's going to win the battle for now. Question is, can he hold on as they come out of 2 once again? The further back, Stephen Parks, Robert Dudley and Kevin Pasky in a battle of their own. This is the battle for P6 right now, just outside the top 5. And Robert Dudley staying to that bottom line. Not sure if that's the better strategy. The outside line is the preferred line here at Homestead. And 3 different lines taken there. Robert Dudley taking the bottom line, Stephen Parks at the top, and Kevin Pasky in the middle. Rob Jenkins is right there behind them as well. He's not too far behind. Just being ever so cautious right there. Ty Harris probably holding onto the last spot in the top 10. As Johnny Antonucci now has fallen out of the top 10 on those older tyres. Jordan Barry doing ever so well to hold on to P4 right now. As the top 3 have just streaked away from P4. We're still seeing battling going on here. Robert Dudley's got away from Kevin Pasky, who's side by side with Stephen Parks right now. And who's going to win this little dice as they come down towards the line? Stephen Parks has got the position, but Rob Jenkins is right there again. As Pasky is going to get the clear on the 3. Oh, and it squeezed up into the wall. Stephen Parks in trouble. Take another look at that. We saw Pasky go low to try and get the position away, but he drifted up the track. He tried to save it, but unfortunately came up into the 3. And Parks had nowhere to go. He's fallen way back now. And might fall back into the clutches of Tyrone Harris there, who's in P10 and has actually got away from Bob Lacavara now. Bob Lacavara is still a lap down, but back at the front now. This is your battle for the lead as Trevathan getting very close to that outside wall there as he's trying to get to the back of Michael Atkins Jr. and keep Kyle Zimmer behind him at the same time. Not an easy feat, as I can tell you. That's a battle for P2 there. Jordan Barry holding on to P4, or is he? Because here comes Robert Dudley Jordan Barry actually got passed by Mark Jenkins, I will say. So those tyres starting to wear off now for the 26, and here comes Robert Dudley to the in. Away that 5th spot. Mark Jenkins did get around Jordan Barry. Now he's up into P4 now. Robert Dudley right there, Jordan Barry right there. Rob Jenkins has got ahead of Kevin Paskwich, who's back there in P8. Stephen Park still holding on to 9th. Or is he? Because here comes Ty Harris to the inside. And Harris still has that front end damage, let's not forget. Almost going to be side by side, as it looks like Ty Harris is going to file in behind the 3. And he does. So good defending there by Parks. And there's battles all over the place. So we'll be jumping between different people every time, as this battle for the top spot still raging on between Michael Atkins Jr. and Michael Javarthan. Kyle Zimmer right there as well, as Javarthan floating with that outside safer barrier again. As we're now on lap 24 of 133. It's still going on. You can see it right there between the two. That is your difference right there. There's about a 1/10 of a second there between the 48 and the 31. As they made their way through the corners once again. You see Mark Jenkins in the distance there. Just trying to close the gap between these guys. He's got a lot of clean air for himself. He's trying to close that gap to the 25 of Kyle Zimmer. And the gap is starting to come down. Jenkins has not let them get away, and he's bringing Robert Dudley with him. Rob Jenkins right there has gone around Jordan Barry now, who's fallen back to P7. There's Kevin Paskwich right behind him now. Paskwich wants to get around him in a bad way. Ty Harris now at the P9. Hoop Baker right there. Stephen Parks now has fallen away. That damage really starting to hurt him now after that incident with the 27. Johnny Antonucci is still going along on those old tyres. Same for Jordan Barry. These guys are on old tyres. Jordan Barry now, only now his tyres have decided they want to fall off, as here comes Paskwich now to the inside, trying the same strategy he tried on Stephen Parks. Did before, that's not gonna happen this time round, as they're still side by side coming down the backstretch. Into turn 3, and Kevin Paskwich going to take that position away from Jordan Barry. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Jordan Barry gets to the wall out of turn 4. That's really going to give him the position to Paskwich now. And those tyres really starting to hurt the 26 now, as he's fallen way off the pace after scraping the wall there. We're still focused on Kevin Paskwich here as he makes his way through 3 and 4. Only one caution so far here tonight. Michael Atkins Jr. still your leader, but look at this top 3 not being able to separate themselves from each other at all. There is Kyle Zimmer in the Napa Chevrolet. And Robert Dudley's Mark Jenkins has lost a bit of time there to the 25, and it looks like Robert Dudley is starting to reel in the 33 now. Dudley doing his bit for No Limit Racing. We might well be seeing some green flag pit stops soon, I should imagine. There's this battle between the top three still raging on. Kyle Zimmer right there. Michael Atkins Jr. under even more pressure from Michael Javarthan now. So your top 10 looking like this. Michael Atkins Jr. is your leader. Michael Javarthan in second. Carl Zimmer in third. Mark Jenkins in fourth. Robert Dudley in fifth. Rob Jenkins up to sixth. Kevin Pasky is in seventh. Gordon Barry in eighth. Ty Harris in ninth. And Hoot Baker up to the top 10 as he's putting Ty Harris under pressure. We're going to go back to the top three now as we're going to take a little break. We're going to go side by side as we follow the action here between the top three, and we'll be right back if anything happens.
It's Top Fuel Racing, live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
Lap 42 of 133 here at Homestead. We are back here on ESPN with the Pasky Cardiac Cup Series as we've had one man bring himself down pit road. That will be Mr. Rob Jenkins. You can see right here, he's made an early pit stop here in that number 89 machine. But your lead battle still going on between Michael Atkins Jr., Michael Trevarthen and Kyle Zimmer. Kyle Zimmer has actually fallen away ever so slightly. Mark Jenkins and Robert Dudley, they're getting ever so closer as well. And Kevin Paskwich up to P6 now, he's all by himself. Hoot Baker now up to P7. Ty Harris in P8 and Jordan Barry in P9, still holding on to a very good top 10 on those very old tyres. As Stephen Park's still holding on to the top 10 as well with the damage on his car. Don't have to do on old tyres as well. He is in P11. Bob Lacavara one lap down in P12, and Rob Jenkins, as I've already mentioned, just taking it down pit road. He is the last car running. James McDavid is on the hauler. Down the backstretch they come. Michael Atkins Jr. is still your leader. Michael Trevarthen right there. Kyle Zimmer's actually fallen back to nearly a second away from the top two. Fading away, or he must be saving fuel right now. You can't back off too much because Mark Jenkins, you know, he's going to be on it the whole time. And it looks like no one's going to bring it down just yet, as we do have Jordan Barry. We're expecting Jordan Barry and Johnny Antonucci to come down very soon. They've already got 44 laps on their tyres respectively. We're hoping that would be a thing soon. I was actually surprised to see Rob Jenkins bring it down as soon as he did. Focus on Kevin Paskwich right there. He's going to bring it down pit road. He's going to be he's in the battle with Rob Jenkins right now for position, so he's going to be trying to stay ahead of the 89 as Johnny Antonucci is also in pit. Looks like somebody else is going to bring down pit road. Jordan Barry, there it is, as expected, bringing the pit side, as is Stephen Parks. So the two guys on the oldest tyres did bring it down pit road in the end, but they bring Kevin Paskwich. Paskwich already in his pit stall, getting the right side tyres on. Left sides are going on right now, and he should be down. Kevin Paskwich, no such drama there for the 27. He is down and away. Jordan Barry, he's just leaving pit road as well. He's down and away. And Johnny Antonucci already up to speed. He's on his way out of pit road as I speak. Michael Atkins Jr., the top three, still not pitting just yet. We're still waiting for Mark Jenkins and Robert Dudley to bring it down for their stops respectively as well. Rob Jenkins did get the jump on Paskwich through the pit stops though, but is on 9 lap older tyres than Paskwich, so Paskwich, expect Paskwich to be catching him very soon as, going to shoot the gap there between himself, the apron and Bob Lacavara. That's the difference between old tyres and new tyres, folks. Paskwich going to chase down the 89 of Rob Jenkins. And none of the guys on the lead lap have taken the pit side as yet. There's Mark Jenkins and Robert Dudley right behind him. Hoot Baker is yet to bring a pit side as well. As Ty Harris on his car as well. He's going to bring it down, maybe take a fast repair, get some new boots on that thing and get going once again. We're on lap 50 of 133. So once we go back to the line here, there will be 83 laps to go. Lots of very clean racing going on right here now. Stephen Potts just sending it around the outside of Robert Dudley right there, and he's Going to try the inside pass on Mark Jenkins. Going to make it work very easily. Thank you very much. And already Kevin Pasky is alongside Rob Jenkins. And I said he was going to set chase after him. And we're going to see the difference on what an early pit stop will do to you. And that's exactly what's happened. Kevin Pasky only 4 laps on those tyres compared to the 13 laps on Rob Jenkins' tyres. And Pasky now up to P8 for position now, as it looks like Hoot Baker going to bring it down pit road right now, and he is. So into pit road he comes now. Let's focus in on Hoot Baker. Let's see if he can get out ahead of Pasky, which I'm guessing the answer might be no. But we'll find out in a minute, as Hoot Baker going through a lot of pit stalls there to get to his pit box. As the right side's going to go on now, let's focus in on Pasky. And no, Pasky is going to come down pit road right now. Come down the pit straight right now and take away that position from Hoot Baker, as will Rob Jenkins. I'm guessing. Yes, he will, as Bob Lacavara, he's yet to pit as well. He's going to come down as well, even though he's a lap down. He's found his way into the top 10, albeit temporarily, I should imagine. Stephen Parks is there as well. I think he's repaired the damage on his car. It looks like he has. He's got Michael Atkins Jr. right on his tail now. He's just actually passed Michael Atkins Jr. to get one of his laps back. We're going to be interested to see how this lead battle pans out, as Michael Atkins Jr. scrapes the wall going into turn 1. As going to be interested to see how the pit stops pan out for this top 3. Mark Jenkins finally bites the bullet. He's going to come down to pit road as well now. And where will he pan out after his pit stop is said and done? He's going to get into his pit stop a lot cleaner this time around. Got another one coming down pit road as well. Looks like Bob Lacavara going to bring it down. And a couple others. That is going to be Kyle Zimmer down in pit road, and Ty Harris is in pit road as well. As Mark Jenkins is down and away. The first of the top 3 going to bring it down now. Let's see how this one pans out for him. He's going to take right tyres, and he's going to take those left tyres as well. Going to wait for Michael Atkins to bring it down. Looks like Michael Trevarthen is going to be the next one to come down, and he will be. Zimmer is down and away. He's going to get out ahead of Ty Harris and Bob Lacavara. So good pit stop there for the 25. Focusing on Michael Trevarthen now as he's coming down towards his pit stall. I'm expecting Michael Atkins Jr. to bring it in this lap, and it doesn't look like he is. No, he's not. So Michael Atkins Jr. might be shooting himself in the foot here if he stays out too long. Down and away, clean pit stop there for Michael Trevarthen. He is out on the track right now. Let's see if he can stay out ahead of Kyle Zimmer. Zimmer in a battle with Robert Dudley now for 3rd place. This might hurt him in the battle for position between himself and Trevarthen, and it has. Trevarthen's already up to speed, but can he get around him anyway? He will. Kyle Zimmer gets past Michael Trevarthen after the pit stops using the toe off Robert Dudley. And how will Trevarthen respond to this? Mark Jenkins is right there as well, so let's not count him out either. We're still waiting for this man to bring it down, and he will come down this time by. Question is, how much is it going to hurt him? There goes Pasky, Bob Lacavara and Ty Harris. There go Rob Jenkins, Johnny Antonucci, Jordan Barry going around as well. But this is the man we've got to watch here. This is Kyle Zimmer. And they're already back on the lead lap. How long is well, can they get ahead of Michael Atkins Jr.? The answer will be yes, because Michael Atkins Jr. is only putting lefts on now. There go Kyle Zimmer and Michael Trevarthen. Michael Atkins Jr. is going to hurt badly here as Mark Jenkins and Robert Dudley both get around him as well. And I said if Michael Atkins Jr. stays out too long, it will hurt him. As there goes Ty Harris and Kevin Pasky. Ty Harris is a lap down, so that won't. But Pasky is in the top 5 now ahead of him. Albeit 14 laps of difference of tyre wear between the 27 and the 48. But big loss there for Michael Atkins Jr. Kyle Zimmer into the lead. This is your lead battle right now between the 25 and the 31. As I said, Mark Jenkins is right there as well. Only 2 laps difference between the two. Between the 31 and the 33. Robert Dudley 8 laps on his tyres, so he's not too far behind either. Can Zimmer stay ahead of Trevarthen? He knows that Michael Trevarthen has got a lot of pace when it comes to the long run. So he needs to try and keep that 31 in his mirrors. At least until the next pit stop anyway. And the turn 4 they come. Down towards turn 1 once again as they cross the line. Kyle Zimmer going to lead lap 3 of the race. His 3rd lap of the race, sorry. A bit further back, Michael Atkins Jr. has already dispatched Kevin Pasky, which is now going to check 6 seconds up the road from him. So Michael Atkins Jr. either needs a caution or he needs to put his foot down. One of the two. And this battle still rages on for the lead between Kyle Zimmer and Michael Trevarthen. And we've seen this before from Michael Trevarthen. He's happy to play the waiting game until the time is necessary. And when that time will be, who knows? Only he knows that one. Had to come around to complete another lap here. This will be 5 laps led now for Kyle Zimmer. I don't think Trevarthen has led a lap yet tonight. Round they come again. Trevarthen still holding station. Looks like Mark Jenkins just gonna have 31 and just right, and Trevarthen just decided now is the time. Dives it to the inside. Can Zimmer hold tight on that high line? And the answer is yes for now. They're side by side. Can Trevarthen get the advantage out into turn 3? And they're still side by side as they're going to come out of 4. And looks like Zimmer's going to win the battle as he keeps it strong on the high side. And he does win the battle for now. Keeps that car in front, but only by a nose. Trevarthen still keeping it down there though. Great side-by-side action between these two. Great racing. A lot of respect between Zimmer and Trevarthen. And they're still side-by-side as they come out of turn 4. Who's going to get the lap led this time round? It's going to be Zimmer. And Trevarthen gives it up. He's going to fall back behind the 25. And for now, we'll have to regroup and try and get back around him again. A bit further back, Michael Atkins Jr. has shaved off a lot of time from Robert Dudley. And the gap went from 6 seconds, is now down to 2.7 seconds. So Robert Dudley really has. Okay, Mark Jenkins still sitting pretty behind the 25 and the 31. I think the reason why Trevathan backed off is, as Trevathan scrapes the wall going into turn 3, not gonna be, as they're coming up to the back of Stephen Parks now to put a lap on him. Parks going to stay high as Zimmer takes away the lap from the 3. As Trevathan going to follow him through. And there he goes, the number 31 Mustang. He's in nutters. Wow, flirting with the wall again was Trevathan. And Mark Jenkins is reeling these guys in. There's no doubt about that. So this could be a 3-way fight for the lead here if it keeps going the way it is. Mark Jenkins really trying to put himself in the shop window for this race win. That's eluded him so far this season. He's been close so many times. And he's right there now. He's lost a bit of time in that last lap though. That's probably why he was getting around Stephen Parks. But definitely love to join this battle in the top 2. Meanwhile, the other man that was in the battle at the start of this race before the first round of pit stops, he is now caught up to the back of Robert Dudley. Dudley looks like he's starting to struggle on those older tyres. Would desperately love a caution to come out right now. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. He's now 4 seconds back from Mark Jenkins. Mark Jenkins has lost more time to Trevathan, as Trevathan using the draft from Kyle Zimmer to get away from the 33. Oh, big mistake by Kyle Zimmer. He gets up into the wall. That's going to let Michael Trevathan get a run on him. Is he going to try and dive to the inside? He will. Going to capitalise on a mistake by the 25, and this is going to be side-by-side action between these two once again. Zimmer going to keep him wound up on the high side. And is Zimmer going to hold on again? Or does Trevathan finally have the run he needs? Zimmer going to keep it wound up again on that high side. Lovely side-by-side action between these two. This is the second time it's happened now. Zimmer going to hold on once again. Trevathan having to regroup once again. As Michael Atkins Jr. has finally got around Robert Dudley. And now has set his sights on the top 3. And he's only 4 seconds back now, so he is within firing distance almost. The Pepsi Fire number 48. Kevin Paskwich just running by himself there in P6. Having no troubles really at this moment, as Jordan Barry is 7 seconds behind him. He's 15 seconds behind Robert Dudley. And Dudley really struggling on those tyres, but Kevin Paskwich on older tyres not going to catch him anytime soon. As this battle's still continuing between Kyle Zimmer and Michael Trevathan, who Baker's going to be the factor here, as he's going to be right there with them. And he gets out of the way of Kyle Zimmer. And Zimmer gets around him easily. Trevathan not so much, as they go down the backstretch. Down the backstretch. And that's kind of let Zimmer extend his gap a little bit, but not by much. Trevathan flirting with the wall coming out of turn 4. Mark Jenkins has fallen away now. Go back to Jordan Barriers. We've got a battle between himself and Rob Jenkins for the 7th spot. As the leaders are coming up behind them, as it looks like we've got a battle again between Trevathan and Zimmer. Trevathan going to dive it in big time this time. But Zimmer's still going to keep him wound up on the high side. And Zimmer retakes the lead once again. Great fight in between these two. They're coming up on Johnny Antonucci to put a lap on him again. As we've lost Michael Trevathan, it seems. Something has happened to Michael Trevathan here. He's literally just disappeared. And that is going to be a disaster for Trevathan, but going to be happiness there for Mark Jenkins. He's inherited 2nd place here. Michael Atkins Jr. will move up to 3rd. Robert Dudley up to 4th. Kevin Pasquich up to the top 5 as he's going to bring it down pit road. And we are getting to green flag pit stops once again as Johnny Antonucci's in pit road as well. So an early pit stop by Pasquich as he's going to get into his pit box. He's already burned his fast repair, so all he can do is just take a pit stop and do what he needs to do. But back in the front now, Kyle Zimmer has a clear track behind him and a clear track in front of him. He is in the catbird seat right now. As Kevin Pasquich is down and away. It looks like Pasquich might lose a 2nd lap here. As Mark Jenkins 1.2 seconds behind Kyle Zimmer. And no longer any battles really to speak of. A big heartbreak for Michael Trevathan though. Really did not want to see that. As we're going to come to the 50 laps to go mark. At the line, Kyle Zimmer, your leader. As Pasquich going to get a lap back off him, and he's going to get blocked there by Rob Jenkins, but Pasquich going to get around him eventually. But Rob Jenkins really very much in the way there. As now Kyle Zimmer's looking for a way around the 89. As Rob Jenkins now going to dive towards pit road. His tyres are screaming enough. He's got 46 laps on those tyres, so he's going to bring it down pit road and get some fresh Mr. Feelgoods. Question is, when will the leaders pick Kyle Zimmer? Only has a 1 second lead now as Mark Jenkins starting to reel it in, but look who's right behind him. Michael Atkins Jr. himself in a battle with a 33, and he's going to try the outside line as Mark Jenkins is going to dive down towards pit road now. Going to try and get an advantage over Michael Atkins Jr. The problem is Michael Atkins Jr. can go a lot longer down the 33, and Michael set his sights on the 25 of Kyle Zimmer now. As Michael Atkins Jr. now within a second of the 25. Mark Jenkins down in pit road. Getting lefts on. He will drop a few spots here. Hoot Baker goes around him. There goes Robert Dudley, I believe. That is Robert Dudley. Robert Dudley up to third place now, as he fell back quite quickly. But he's up to the top 3. Hoot Baker now in the top 4. Jordan Barry coming down pit road now to get his last service of the night. Obviously Rob Jenkins has already been down and he's back up and away. And who else will we have down pit road next? There's Hoot Baker still out on track. Michael Atkins Jr. is right there. And Michael Atkins Jr. is now in the lead as Kyle Zimmer is going to bring a pit side. So this is where the strategy comes into play. How long will Michael Atkins Jr. try and keep it out for? Because he doesn't want to fall into the trap like he did in the last round of pit stops. Mark Jenkins, we're going to keep an eye on him as well, because he's going to be the guy to try and take the position away from Zimmer. And incidentally, he's got his brother in front of him, albeit a lap behind him. And it's Mark Jenkins from Carl Zimmer. Zimmer's down and away, but here comes Mark Jenkins. And Mark Jenkins going to get the jump on Kyle Zimmer, but for how long? Because Zimmer got a 3-lap difference on the tyres between the 33 and the 25, but Mark Jenkins might be in the catbird seat here, as it looks like Michael Atkins Jr. now going to bring it down pit road. Robert Dudley going to keep it out there. He is going to get a lap led here tonight, so good for him. So Robert Dudley, your new leader. Hoot Baker will move into second place, I believe. As Michael Atkins Jr. hits his pit stall, we're going to look for Mark Jenkins now, as he's getting a lot of tow from his brother. And that's exactly what he needs. He needs somebody to help him. And who better than his sibling? Rob Jenkins gonna move out of the way and let Mark Jenkins by, as Mark Jenkins does get around Michael Atkins Jr. As Michael Atkins Jr. only just coming out of pit road. Kyle Zimmer has moved up to a net second place. Hoot Baker is in third place, but he's yet to make a pit stop. So if a caution comes out now, Hoot Baker would be in an absolute prime position. But the man really in the catbird seat right now is this man right here, Mark Jenkins. When Robert Dudley takes it down pit road, he will assume the lead here at Homestead. And next time we go by, we will have, well, we are going to be 40 laps to go. So we're 40 laps to go now here at Homestead. All Mark Jenkins has to do is hang on. And he's got good backup behind him. He's got his brother Rob Jenkins right behind him. So Mark Jenkins looking good for his first win of the season here tonight. And he's got a 3.5 second lead over Kyle Zimmer. And Zimmer himself has a 3.5 second lead over Michael Atkins Jr. So the top three, for now, pretty spread out, as Hoot Baker now brings the pit side. Finally. Robert Dudley still yet to bring it down. He is the last man to stay out. As I take that back, Stephen Parks is still out there on 48 lap old tyres. Bob Lacavara has 39 laps on his tyres. So we're waiting for this man to bring it down. He's currently in a bit of a, I wouldn't say a battle with Johnny Antonucci, but running at equal pace right now. The fastest lap currently being held by Kyle Zimmer right now by 2/1000ths of a second over Mark Jenkins. So a very tight battle there as Johnny Antonucci going to scrape the apron there going through turn 2. And Robert Dudley not looking like he's going to be coming down anytime soon. He's got a huge gap over Mark Jenkins. He doesn't really have to bring it down just yet. However, when he does, he will lose a ton of time, and he knows he can't make it to the end. Time there to the 25 of Carl Zimmer. There you see Carl Zimmer coming out of turn 4, just got around Rob Jenkins. So Zimmer trying to close the gap. Same for Michael Atkins Jr., but he's only taken 0.2 of a second off Carl Zimmer, so Michael Atkins Jr. not exactly tearing up the time machines to get up to the back of the 25 right now. Mark Jenkins needs some help here, because Kyle Zimmer is on a tear right now. He wants that position back, because we've got one driver coming out of pit road. Looked like Stephen Parks, and it was. Jordan Barry is all over the back of Rob Jenkins. And this is your battle for P6 right now. This is your closest battle out on track, as the gap is now 1.6 seconds between Mark Jenkins and Carl Zimmer, as Robert Dudley finally brings the pit side. Let's go back to the battle between Rob Jenkins and Jordan Barry, as they are all over each other right now. Jordan Barry desperately looking for a way by. Could they be working together to try and get to the back of Kevin Pasky? We don't know this, but it could be a thing. You never know. So how much did it hurt Robert Dudley when he made his pit stop? Not much. He only dropped to P4. He stayed out ahead of Kevin Pasky. Pasky isn't that far behind though. Although Pasky has got 20 laps on his tyres compared to Robert Dudley, who's just put his first lap on his tyres. So Robert Dudley not in any danger of losing his position right now, because Pasky, his tyres are already screaming for help, and we've got less than 30 to go. Well, just over 30 laps to go. And with that being said, while the racing action is going on, we're going to click over to the leader. And we're going to go side by side for the second time tonight. We'll be back in case anything happens. But for now, we're going to go to a quick commercial.
It's Top Fuel Racing, live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them four abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
We're back here at Homestead, and you've just seen our, if you watched the side-by-side action there during the commercial break, you will have seen possibly a race implication happen right there. Almost contact between Zimmer and Jenkins. Jenkins and Zimmer almost going to blows. Zimmer having to back off and ultimately losing the position to Michael Atkins Jr. Now, we could have a three-car battle for the lead here. And Mark Jenkins going to have to do everything he can to hold on to that lead now. Because you know, Michael Atkins Jr. has been on it all night. Same for Kyle Zimmer. Any one of these three is going to win it here tonight, as they've got a massive gap over Robert Dudley. Mark Jenkins is your leader. Michael Atkins Jr. up to second, Kyle Zimmer up to third. Can Mark Jenkins hold on? Because Michael Atkins Jr., you know he's going to want that lead away. He wants that lead back. And get his second race win in a row, I believe it is, if I remember rightly. And here we go, Michael Atkins Jr. not wasting any time. He's going to dive into the inside of Jenkins. Jenkins going to pinch him down slightly to try and keep the position there. And Jenkins going to slide up, but it's going to be side by side. It looks like Michael Atkins Jr. going to get that lap led, and he will. That's 58 laps led there for Atkins Jr. And Mark Jenkins could do absolutely nothing, as those fresher tyres on the 48 absolutely king here. Mark Jenkins not going to let him get away now. And look, Kyle Zimmer coming back for another shot at Mark Jenkins. He's going to dive to the inside of the 33. And Kyle Zimmer going to take it away. Mark Jenkins lets him have it, it looks like. Jenkins might have burned all the goodie off them tyres, and Michael Atkins Jr. now finds himself back in the catbird seat here. Carl Zimmer in second, Mark Jenkins in third, and he's now behind Stephen Parks. Parks, I believe, is on much fresher tyres, so he's going to be staying ahead, but for how long? As here comes Mark Jenkins now to the inside of the three. Not going to happen for himself. Let's go back to Kevin Pasky, which was involved in that little scuffle for the lead there for a little while, but he's fallen back. He's currently holding on to the last spot in the top 5, but he's got Rob Jenkins and Jordan Barry bearing down on him. The gap is now just under 2 seconds between the 89 and the 27, and we should be letting battle commence for that last spot in the top 5 very soon. We could have 2 Jenkins brothers in the top 5 if things keep going the way they are. Michael Javarthan in the chat, yeah, I understand your frustration, dude. I'm guessing it must have been a connection issue that dropped you out, which is unfortunate. You're having a brilliant run here tonight. Carl Zimmer still in second place, just ahead of Mark Jenkins. Jenkins led a lot of laps already tonight, but those tyres, it looks like they've given up on him when it really mattered. So with 15 laps to go at the line, it is Michael Atkins Jr. going to be your leader. As they come out of turn 4 down towards the line, Michael Atkins Jr. almost a second ahead of Carl Zimmer now. Zimmer is about a second ahead of Mark Jenkins. And they're a good 11 seconds ahead of Robert Dudley, who's currently sitting there in a brilliant P4 spot. He used fuel strategy to get himself up there, and he's stayed there ever since. He's about 25 seconds ahead of Kevin Pasky, who's still being caught by Rob Jenkins and Jordan Barry. Question is now, can Paskwich hold on to that top 5, because there's a bit of a difference in tyre wear between Paskwich and Jenkins. There's Rob Jenkins, there's Jordan Barry. How Jordan Barry would love a top 5 out of this one tonight. Bob Lacavara looks like he's found some speed in that car. He's only got 10 laps on his tyres though, so that might explain why. Kevin Paskwich looks like he might be in a bit of trouble as he runs it wide, scrapes the wall. That's going to give the advantage to Rob Jenkins now. And here we go. This is your battle for the last spot in the top 5. Bob Lacavara throwing a wrench into the works though. He's going to get around Paskwich. And here we go. Rob Jenkins right behind the 27 now. What can he do here to try and get around him? Jordan Barry right there, just seeing how things pan out right here. Rob Jenkins going to dive to the inside there of Kevin Paskwich. And Rob Jenkins not going to get it because Paskwich going to keep it wound up on the high side. But Rob Jenkins, fresher tyres, prevailing again as he takes away 5th place now. And it looks like Jordan Barry going to take away 6th place, so the tyre's really fallen off for Paskwich now. Back at the front, Michael Atkins Jr. out to a 1.5 second lead over Kyle Zimmer. Zimmer over a 1.5 seconds to the good over Mark Jenkins. The top 3 pretty much set now. And it looks like the last spot in the top 5 set unless Jordan Barry can fix his connection problems and get to the back of the 89. And Barry and Rob Jenkins, they've been pretty much inseparable since the first round of pit stops. And Jordan Barry looking to get around. There is Rob Jenkins, there is Jordan Barry. 0.2 of a second, the gap between the two. As we're less than 10 to go now. We're 8 laps to go now, actually. Make that 7 laps to go. Oh, we're still 8 laps to go, I think. I don't know. But great run these guys have had tonight. Fantastic racing here tonight. James McDavid being involved early on, but he didn't bring out the caution. It was an incident actually between Rob Jenkins and Kevin Pasky. Rob Jenkins losing control through the corner and trying to correct the car, just came up the track and got into the side of Pasky. Which did not please the man in the 27-1 bit, but it is what it is. It was just a racing deal. Pasky's back there in P7 now. On the oldest tyres out of everybody, so doing well to hold on to that P7 as he's about 9.5 seconds ahead of Ty Harris. And Harris did take his fast repair in the end, so good for him. And he's going to get a top 10 out of this, so very good. He's 13 seconds ahead of Stephen Parks there, who's battling out with Johnny Antonucci for 9th place. And that's not going to please Mark Jenkins. He's going to get around this lap traffic if he wants to try and stay with the top 2, and that's not going to please him either as Stephen Parks slams the wall coming out of turn 4. Jenkins getting frustrated there behind the 3 of Stephen Parks. He's been right in front of him the whole time. And Robert Dudley starting to close the gap between himself and Mark Jenkins, so something to keep an eye on. But we've 4 laps to go now. It might be a bit of a tall order, because this man on his way to victory lane, something drastic out the bag, or if we see a late caution here. Robert Dudley's still closing the gap between himself and Mark Jenkins. He's going to look to the inside of Jordan Barry. These guys on very, very old tyres now. 3 laps to go here at Homestead. As Dudley finally gets around Jordan Barry, now going to set his sights and put in a lap on Rob Jenkins. As there he goes to the inside of the 89. I will say not the most exciting race in the world, but it's been one of the cleanest I've ever seen from these guys. Definitely a big clap there for everybody. And got to pick the ESPN driver of the night, and it's got to go to your race winner, Michael Atkins Jr. Despite falling back through the pit stops, he has been the man of the moment. He's been strongest out there, stole the pole late on, and now looks like he's going to get the win here as he comes down the backstretch. He will be ESPN driver of the night, but most importantly, as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight, will be your race winner here in Florida. as he comes down to the line. Michael Ackers Jr. gets his second race win of the season and wins at Homestead. Carl Zimmer going to cross the line for second. Mark Jenkins crossing the line for third. Robert Dudley for fourth. Rob Jenkins for fifth. Jordan Barry for sixth place. Kevin Pasky is going to come round down towards the line. He's going to cross the line for seventh. Eighth will be Ty Harris when he crosses the line. Ninth will be Stephen Parks. And running out your top 10 will be Bob Lacavara, despite being being something like 1 or 2 laps down at the start after the penalty. But Michael Ackers Jr., your winner here. So big congratulations going out to him right now. As we're going to go and grab a word with him. Well, we'll grab a word with him right now, actually. Find him. There he is. Going to bring him down to the booth right now. Michael Ackers Jr., you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Second win on the bounce here at Homestead. You got to be happy with the way things are right now.
Yeah, things seems to be rolling good.
Absolutely, getting the second race win in a row, with the chase getting ever closer. You got to be very happy. Fell back a couple of times through the pit stops, but it seemed like you had the fastest car out there tonight. You seemed to pick it up again and get back to the front very quickly.
Yeah, well, at the start, seems like me and Trevarthian was pretty quick there, equal. So I was like, it's going to be an interesting race. And then the first green flag pits out, they pulled away, and I was only getting like 2/10. It's going to be hard to make up this track. And all of a sudden, it went to 5/10, and anywhere from 3 to 5/10 a lap. I said, well, this will be a pretty good race. And I don't know if the 33 hadn't got into the 25, I might have not have won this race, but it slowed them down, racing that hard and close together just long enough to allow me to catch up with them and get to a W here tonight.
Absolutely, and it's a very important win here tonight. I have to be honest, you had a very tough start to the season, but this second half of the season now really picking up for you. You got to be thinking you got to be one of the favourites when we get to the chase in a few races' time.
Well, yeah, part of me wants to view myself as one of the favorites, but like I said a couple weeks ago when I won at Charlotte in the Cup Series, skill and talent here is, man, it's just hard to stay in front and lead that many laps and everything else. 2 weeks in a row with the league, and it's just, they don't make it easy. Let me just put it that way.
Absolutely not, and this is a tough race, a tough league to win races in. So, but you managed to do it here tonight. You did very well to get the W here tonight at such a difficult track. Looking ahead to next week as we continue the season on, we are going to Throwback Week as we head to the Lady in Black. What are your thoughts going to that one?
Lady in Black. Yeah, I might do a lot of practicing with that also. Tough racetrack. It's a finesse racetrack, so we'll see if we got speed and we can manage the tires long enough and to run competitive up front. If not, we'll take points for points and look forward to the chase.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight, Michael, and definitely well deserved. Led the most laps here tonight and also got the ESPN driver of the night for coming back and getting the victory here tonight. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Well, my parents come up from South Carolina to evacuate from the storm. They live in a mobile home down there, so thoughts and prayers to the family. Sounds like it's just a lot of limbs down there where they live at, so hopefully no damage to my parents' mobile home. They're supposed to be heading out tomorrow morning to head back home. But shout out to my wife, Pepsi, for coming on board this week, and next week we'll be on a Ford Mustang throwback to Rusty Wallace 1999 scheme. But shout out to my two sons and my wife for allowing me to do this while she goes work on a Friday night. So that's about it. Oh, and thanks ESPN and you, Sam, for putting on the broadcast.
No worries, Michael. Well, congratulations one more time. Winner here at Homestead in the 48 Pepsi Fire Machine. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Darlington.
Yes, sir. Thank you. See you.
So that was our race winner, Mr. Michael Atkins Jr. Going to have an interview with Kyle Zimmer here. Going to be by text, unfortunately, because obviously he has disability. He is deaf, so that is one of the amazing qualities for Kyle Zimmer, that he is completely deaf and is able to pull off results like this. But let's do a chat there. It says, congrats on second place, Kyle. Gotta be happy at result. See what he says. Says anything. I don't think we're going to get an interview with him, unfortunately, which is a shame. Response from, yeah, but we're going to bring down... Kyle says yes. We will drive down Mark Jenkins. Just trying to talking to Kyle Zimmer there for a second. So we'll get to that in a minute. It's a bit difficult, obviously, because Kyle Zimmer hard of hearing. So unfortunately. Okay, next question. So you've had a good start to your run in Paskies, and tonight was no exception. How did the car feel for you out there tonight? Hopefully, I hope I'm not being a bit of a dick, but. I hope I'm not being. I'm just trying to get do it the best I can. Because see if I can. See if I can get words off him. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but. Bear with me 2 seconds there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to get some help. Because I've never done anything like this before. Facebook. So see if I've got a response from Kyle yet. No, not yet. Great. Oh, there we go. He's responding now. Typing now. Should have a response to it from him any second now. No response yet. I will get to talk to Mark Jenkins in a second, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. I've never done anything like this before. But a good run for Kyle tonight. Yeah, I'm texting him, Judy. I don't know how to go about it because he's completely deaf, so I don't know how to go about it. So, just figuring out how to do that. I don't think he's responding anymore, so I'm gonna leave it there with Kyle. Hopefully I'll be able to learn how to speak to him next week. But oh, there he is. He's typing now. Hopefully, respond eventually. Oh, this is taking a while. I'm still trying to figure out. It's very, and I understand how difficult it is being. Okay. Okay, so I'll pull him into the booth there as he's with me right now. So,
Yeah, definitely a tough track. Fun race, long green flag. Just had to be constant in cornering and not to mess up the little tight battle, tighten off the corner and long runs. But thought about pit strategy. I noticed the longer you stay out, the better it is for the long run. Next run. But I couldn't hold off 48 or anything. But I'm happy for second place tonight. Yeah, and, definitely since I started off past three races, I've actually surprised myself. I have been doing well, especially in compared to what I was very I don't know how well I would do with cars because I haven't really run it package in the Cup Series all year. So, but definitely challenging and definitely fun. Been having a podium spot each race since I debuted back in Auto Club race. Getting inch closer to hopefully get to that race. Or very excited to see what happens next rest of the season. Yeah, like, I don't know if it would cost me the win. Definitely cost me a spot, maybe in definitely close call. Yeah, he pitched me in pretty good there, but he was doing what he had to do, to try to hit his spot for the win. I probably would have done the same, kind of pitch him in, but I got pretty tight and I didn't want to turn him, cut him. I had it backed up and lost a lot of speed right there, and Michael was able to get around me there, and I could never get back up there and handle it. But come to the end of the race like this, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what work your way. When I'm happy with second place. But, uh, Darlington next week is definitely my favorite track. I actually won 2 races there, and the other league I'm in last week. So I'm very excited to do what I could do in the Cup Series side. The throwback, uh, definitely gonna try to find that. Trying to take some lap lead and make it there. Definitely one of the toughest track on over the course. Definitely looking forward. Gotta stay away from the wall for sure. Find Oh yeah, and I want to guys for broadcasting this week. Definitely love watching the race after. I just want to thank ever giving me joining this. Yeah, I want to thank you for him giving me the opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. That was Carl Zimmer. And I hope you could hear him okay. It's a very interesting interview. Yeah, just as you said there, Judy. But it is very hard of hearing, so it's a very. It's the only way we could get an interview out of him of the way things are. But while we do that, let's go and speak to our third place finisher, Mr. Mark Jenkins, as he will be the man that came home in third place. Let's see if I can go. There we go. As we are gonna speak to him now, as he's gonna join me down there. Mark Jenkins, sorry for the wait there, buddy. You got a copy there?
Yeah, I got you, Sam. How's it going, man?
Not too bad. Third place on the night, but it looks like he let it slip away there at the end.
Yeah, I pitted a little bit before those other two guys, and I knew it was just a matter of time before Kyle and Michael caught me. But I was trying to save some tire because I knew they were gonna catch me and have a little left for the fight, but I couldn't hold them off. They were just a little bit faster than me tonight.
Absolutely. You did have, it didn't come without its incidents, though. You did have a bit of an incident there between yourself, Kevin Paskwich, and Kyle Zimmer. Was it that incident at the end there which ultimately cost you the race, or was it just purely tires?
No, it was just tires. Yeah, I think me and Kyle made some contact. I was bleeding. I think he was trying to pass me. It's almost impossible to pass here at Homestead. Cars get so tight, especially when they're side by side. And I think he just got tight and had to check up, got into my door a little bit, but I don't really think it affected either car, in my opinion. They were just better. He's a heck of a racer. I haven't raced against him much, but man, I was really impressed. And man, Michael, he's in his zone right now. He's tough to beat.
Absolutely, and he's really on a roll, but still searching for that first win, Mark. Surely it's got to be coming soon, right?
Yeah, I'll take this third because this isn't one of my best tracks. But yeah, I just gotta have one of those nights where I keep it all together. I don't beat myself or make a mistake on pit road. It's always something like that that's bit me, or driving too hard. I need to work on all those things to be able to win.
Absolutely, and next week we head to another tough track. We head to Darlington for Throwback Week. What are your thoughts going into that one?
Man, I'm really sad because I'm gonna miss it. I love Darlington. I love it. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. So we'll be watching. I'll be rooting for my brother, and should be a good show.
Absolutely, and both of you got into the top 5 tonight, so that's got to be something to be happy about.
Yeah, I think we made old Mama Bear happy tonight. I hope. I know she's watching. I want to say, hey, Mom, thanks for your support. Love you.
Yeah, absolutely. But definitely a proud moment for your mum. She's been watching with us with me all night, so she's been keeping me company in the live chat. So definitely proud out there. Before I let you go, Mark, anybody else you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all these guys that race here Friday night, and this is a good league, good clean league. I look forward to it, and thank you, Sam, for sacrificing your night to be the voice of this little league here. You make it a lot of fun. Yeah, man, fun night.
Absolutely. Well, Mark Jenkins coming home in third place in the Jenkins Construction number 33. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks, or for the trucks on Monday at least.
Yeah, I'll be back. A week from Monday. Taking this week off for vacation. Yeah, man, I gotta give a shout out to Jenkins Construction and my boss slash brother Rob. Really proud to sport those colors.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the third place one more time, Mark, and we'll see you in a week on Monday.
All right, Sam. Sounds good, man. Thanks.
So that was Mark Jenkins joining us for the interview there for tonight. Again, apologies for the delay in the interview with Kyle Zimmer. Again, it's because of his condition. That's the way it is, and he's very hard of hearing, and it has to be done differently. So, if we interview him in the future, remember that he is very hard of hearing, and we need to be. Anyway, let's go to the results for tonight's race. As what a race we're seeing here tonight. Only one caution all night. Got to please some people, but really annoy others. But I enjoyed the racing out there tonight. As it was very nice. Michael Atkins Jr. gets his second win on the bounce here tonight. He comes home with the win, 2 seconds ahead of Carl Zimmer, who comes home in second, and Mark Jenkins rounds out your top three here tonight. Robert Dudley coming home with a fantastic fourth place. I believe that's his best result of the season. Rob Jenkins completing the top five there. 2 Jenkins brothers in the top 5 for tonight. Jordan Barry in 6th place. 7th going to Kevin Pasquich. 8th going to Tyrone Harris. 9th to Stephen Parks, and after troubles early on with a penalty, Bob Lacavara rebounds for P10. P11 will go to Johnny Antonucci. P12 going to Hoot Baker, last driver running at the end of this race. Michael Javarthan connection problems whilst in near the front of the race. That prevented him from finishing tonight. He has to settle for the P13. James McDavid, a very early retirement, pulling his car behind the wall. Only 2 laps in. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. Looking ahead on the schedule tomorrow night, we have the NASCAR Online League, as we're going to have a very interesting race tomorrow with the new tyre model in those K&N cars. So make sure you join Byron Rodney for that one as they kick off the final race of the regular season at Indianapolis. Who will make it into the chase? Only time will tell. You can find out live here on ESPN. And then Sunday we will see the return of the Sim Racing Authority Sim Graphics Truck Series as they head to Eldora. So we're going to be slinging some dirt for that one, and that should be an absolute barn burner. But for now, that is all I've got for you, ladies and gentlemen. That has been your broadcast for tonight. All that's left for me to say is thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you for getting us to 600 subscribers on YouTube. And as always and forever, keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow night with Byron Rodney in the booth for NASCAR Online live from Indianapolis. Have a good night.